Alright, there has been a massive storm affecting weather in California over the last couple of days. As you can see, places around Tahoe, 3 to 4 feet of snow. Snow hasn't been the only exciting thing in this forecast. Places in Southern California and the Santa Cruz Mountains have been breaking rainfall records, having about half a foot of rain, flooding in some places. And the storm's not done yet. It's going to be continuing over the next few days. Before we get started, I will say I make these forecast videos every single morning. So if you enjoy following the weather or you end up enjoying this video, you can subscribe to my channel. Alright, diving into my screen here, this is showing the snowfall that we've already picked up with this one. You'll notice around Tahoe, 3 to 4 feet of snow. And then in the southern Sierras, it's more in the 2 to 2.5 foot range. Well, the majority of this storm has, as you can see, been already hitting Northern California, and it's going to shift into Southern California over the rest of this week. As you can see, the Tahoe accumulations of snowfall are going to stay about the same, and then you'll see the southern Sierras really start to pop on Wednesday and Thursday. They're going to be getting another 1 to 2, maybe 3 feet of snow. As you see, moving all the way in through Friday, those accumulations just continue to build up in Southern California. Snow is not the only exciting part of this forecast. The rain has also been pretty incredible. I live in the Santa Cruz Mountains just south of San Francisco, and the accumulated rainfall on NASA's website said I got about 5 inches of rain. I'm thinking it's been more like 7 because the creeks are just about as high as I've ever seen them. I actually just produced a video on the creeks right around my cabin in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and it's pretty crazy how fast and how high they're flowing. There's also been some really extreme rainfall in Southern California. There is a video of some people being rescued by helicopter in Ventura where there is a half a foot of rain, and places around LA have been breaking rainfall records, and it's just going to continue throughout the rest of this week. This is now moving into really Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can see that rain continues to build in for Southern California. And really the reason behind it, the weather that is driving all this flooding and extreme snowfall, is this huge dip in the jet stream. The jet stream, that's the winds at about 300 to 250 millibars. And what this has been doing, you'll see this is showing winds of the jet stream. And you'll notice this big dip. And what these winds are doing right here is just pushing all that Pacific moisture right over California. And it's been doing that for the last couple days. And as you can see, it's going to continue to do it as we move through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This low really just hangs out over California. You don't often see this. This is what you call anomalous. This does not happen often. The last time I can remember it happened, it was maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, and that was when we got about 5 to 6 feet of snow in the Sierras. Well, the same thing is kind of happening now, and it's really weird to really ever see this, let alone twice in about the last month. So as you can see, moving into Wednesday, this jet stream is still continuing to push that Pacific moisture right into Southern California. The winds around this little trough or low pressure, whatever you want to call it, they go counterclockwise. So on the left side, they're going from bringing air actually offshore into the Bay Area. Surf might be good, I'll have to check in on that. And then in Southern California, it's pushing the moisture onshore, and especially into the higher elevations where we pick up some snow. So take a look, that low really just hangs out over Southern California throughout Wednesday, Thursday. This is now looking into Friday, and that low is still right over Southern California. So that's why NorCal, you're not in the area where moisture is being pushed onshore anymore. That is really isolated to SoCal, and that's where we're going to see the most rain and snow over the coming days. Well, if we check out that rain, you'll notice right now it actually looks like there's a little break. This is showing Tuesday morning at about 7 a.m. That's when I'm recording this video. And it looks like the storm has moved into Nevada, and you think, oh, the low's starting to move off. That's it for California. We got 4 feet of snow and half a foot of rain, broke some records. What a storm. Well, as it turns out, it's not done yet. Moving into about 1 p.m. today, still seems like the storm's not really happening. Still seems like it's really the bulk of it's done. And then by about 7 p.m. tonight, the rain returns at full force. You can see basically From San Luis Obispo all the way down to San Diego, heavy rains returning to Southern California. And then that's really going to hang out for the rest of the week, as you saw that low hang out for the rest of the week. You'll notice some heavy snowfall starts popping up in the southern Sierras around Tuesday night to Wednesday morning. We're really going to start to see that snow start to build back up in the southern Sierras, and some really heavy rates starting to build out through Wednesday morning. Again, because of coronavirus, don't go snowboarding, don't go skiing, but it's still amazing to see that we're going to be getting another maybe 1 to 2 feet of snow on top of the snow we've already got. So this is moving through the day Wednesday, and you see heavy rain continues for Southern California, some really heavy rain on the eastern part of Southern California. And again, that low just hangs out. It doesn't just move through. It continues all the way through Wednesday. This is now looking at Thursday morning. Snow continuing for the southern Sierras. Heavy rain continuing basically for the entire southern part of California. Now moving into Thursday afternoon. Again, snow starts to move even a little bit farther south into the San Gabriel, San Bernardino Mountains. And more heavy rain all the way from San Luis Obispo down to San Diego again. So you've already picked up about half a foot of rain in some places, and I think it's really just getting started. I think you're going to pick up even more than you already have. So that's going to lead to some flooding throughout Southern California. Something to watch out for. And let's just click through here. When is it finally gone? Really not gone until Saturday morning. So this is really going to be driving weather in Southern California throughout the rest of the week. Heavy rain, likely leading to some flooding, and heavy snowfall in the higher elevation places, maybe picking up another 1 to 2 feet of snow. So this is how much precipitation, how much rain it says we're going to get. It says about 3 inches in the highest places in Southern California, but that's what it was saying for what we've already picked up. And when I actually went to NASA's website and looked at the accumulated rain, there were numerous places that had over a half a foot of rain accumulated, and it was saying maybe 2 inches on this map. So I'm thinking you're going to get even more than a half a foot of rain throughout the rest of this week, especially in places around Los Angeles. And again, this is, while it could lead to some flooding and that is bad, I would say this is good. This is really, droughts are a problem in California, and fire weather is a problem in California, and rain is good for both of those aspects. We're going to get a lot of water, and we're also going to moisten the vegetation, which really helps with fire season. I've already done a couple fire weather forecasts, and that was late March and early April. So this rain is really going to help to push back the fire season just a little bit more before the vegetation dries out and we start getting some more crazy fires again. This is showing the temperatures in California, and really what you want to look at here is where is this blue color, because last week we saw extremely blue colors. That means below freezing temperatures in Northern California, and that's why we picked up about 4 feet of snow around Tahoe. Well, throughout the rest of the week, the freezing temperatures and the really cold air are going to be more isolated to Southern California, the Southern Sierras, and then the San Bernardino, San Gabriel Mountains around Los Angeles. So as I move through Tuesday, you'll notice NorCal really warms up. We even have Chico, the Valley, it's about mid-60s, maybe even 70s. And you notice Tahoe is, at this point, above freezing. And again, that's because that low moved a little bit farther south, and it's really hanging out over Southern California, so that's where the cold air is going to be. As I move through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you'll notice that cold, below freezing air really continues for the Southern Sierras. You see Mammoth Lakes at about early Tuesday morning, below freezing, about 28 degrees. And you'll notice these bullseyes in Southern California around Los Angeles that stay below freezing as well. And that's why we're going to be mostly picking up snow in the Southern Sierras, and then 3 little bullseyes in Southern California. And then moving into Friday, it finally starts to warm up. That's when the snow really we've seen the best of it. So right now, doesn't really show that much snow building into California, maybe 2 to 4 inches in some places. And then early Wednesday morning, we start to see that bullseye of snow start to accumulate again for the Southern Sierras, maybe picking up 5 to 8 inches by Wednesday morning. And then moving into Wednesday afternoon, we're maybe getting 1 foot to 2 feet of snow in the southern Sierras around Mammoth. And then notice those 3 bullseyes. San Gabriel, San Bernardino Mountains could be getting another 5 to 8 inches of snow, possibly 1 foot if the temperatures stay cold enough. And you can see Wednesday and Thursday, that real bullseye, southern Sierras and southern California, maybe another 1 foot to 2 feet of snow. Let's look at the total snow that we're still going to see with this system. By the end of the week, this is looking at Friday afternoon, southern Sierras. This is showing you picked up another 2 feet of snow, and then those 3 bullseyes, San Gabriel, San Bernardino Mountains, you're looking at maybe 8 inches to 1 foot of snow possible. So I'm going to be reporting on the storm throughout the rest of this week because, as you can see, it's going to last till Friday, and the forecast models will change and get better. So if you want to stay updated with this storm, you can subscribe to my channel. And you could also check out my forecast playlist where I've possibly already made another forecast video by the time you're watching this one. You can also check out that video I made of the creeks in the Santa Cruz Mountains. It's pretty crazy to see how fast the creeks are flowing. Thanks for watching.